What's up, everybody? Welcome back into the channel, man. Like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button real quick if you're here checking out the video. Last night we saw a major fight. We saw a major upset with Bivol beating Canelo in a pretty decided fashion. I don't know what the judges was thinking. 115 to 113. Talking about if Bivol didn't win the last round, it was going to be a draw. Yo, that was a dangerous fight for the sport of boxing because they really tried to finagle that fight, man. I don't know what the judges were seeing giving Canelo the first 4 rounds, but that's got to raise red flags. I mean, the way the world is set up right now with social media, you can't have that fight be 115, 113, man. You can't. That was a 117, 111. That was a blasting. But anyway, today we have NBA playoffs back in action again. Suns Mavericks is about to kick off here in a few hours. They're playing in Dallas. Expect Luka to be even better than his last game. I think he had 26, 10, and 8 last game. Expect him to be more 35, 8, and 10. I expect Jalen Brunson to come back with another big performance. I think he's figured out his gaps and where he can get in and score. I think it's also good that they're playing at home because a lot of those other guys need that kind of help. A lot of those other guys need that kind of push. So I expect Luka to tie this series up. I'm not gonna sit here in front. I expect that this series has been pretty unpredictable as far as game to game, figuring out who's gonna win. Obviously, you know, you take the Suns over the Mavericks from a team standpoint, but you gotta account for what Luka can do on the court and how any given game he can blast off and just take you out, you know. So if they stick to the game plan, get Chris Paul out there on that island, wear him down, hope Devin Booker misses some shots and try to close in on the space that he gets on his shots, you know, they have a chance. If Devin Booker's not hitting threes and Chris Paul's not hitting threes, if they're just hitting twos, you got a good chance of beating them if you're hitting threes. You can't go tit for tat with the Suns because they're going to make a lot of pushes. They're going to make a lot of runs over the course of a game. So you got to stay ahead of them. You can't play from behind against the Suns. You can't. They just don't lose leads too often. They play disciplined and they're well coached under pressure. So you have to have them down. You got to have your foot on their neck the whole game and survive their runs. That's how you beat the Suns. I'm going to go with the Lakers. I'm going to go with the Mavericks tying the series up today at 2-2. I'm going to go with the Heat beating Philly tonight. I got the Heat beating Philly tonight. I think you're asking a lot from Maxey to put up back-to-back playoff games like the last one he did. I don't know about Embiid. I know he's going to be dominant because every time he steps on the floor, he is. I expect 30 and 10 and maybe 5 from Embiid. Harden, man, it's all about, over the course of this series, how Harden can develop into his role, his new role as a third best option, because he is the third best option. Hopefully Tobias Harris doesn't get in foul trouble and we have a full roster on both teams towards the end of the game. We can see what's really up with the coaching, with the X's and O's, with the execution down the stretch without any excuses. But I don't see the Heat losing back-to-back games in this series. I don't. Eric Spoelstra is too much of a great coach. I feel like they're going to be coached up. That last game, they weren't exactly locked in the same way they were the first 2 games. And I expect them to be better. I expect the Heat to be better. You have to account for Tyler Hero. Maybe Kyle Lowry plays. You got to account for Bam Adebayo, who doesn't play well against Joel Embiid. So we'll see if he can break that trend of underperforming when matched up against Joel Embiid. Now, when he was matched up against Paul Reed and whoever else the backup center is for Philly, oh yeah, you know, he's dominant. But against Joel Embiid this season, hasn't done well. 4 points in the game against him in the regular season, and then that last game was a poo-poo game too. So you have to, if they don't have Bam Adebayo cooking, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. They gotta have Bam Adebayo being the best player on the defensive end for them to really thrive like that. So we'll see. But I have the Heat winning. I say by 5 points. I give them 5 points. I'm gonna give the Heat 5 points. I expect them to cover that. Big fight last night. Big games today. Today the series will be more definitive. We'll have more answers to what the series may end up looking like after tonight. So let's stay tuned, man. Lock back in later on today. And everybody have a good day. Happy Mother's Day. You know, if you're watching this and you're a mother, happy Mother's Day to you. If you're watching this, you're not a mother, happy Mother's Day to your moms. So she birthed your ass. So holla back at us, man. Respect.